Well, good morning, everybody. Let me push back. Dion always talks about me, but I gotta get into the camera because I feel like I need to reach out and talking to you. It's my comfort zone. I hope everybody is doing good this morning. I'm getting ready to get my screen share on here. Merry Christmas. Uh-oh. I'm talking on the other side. Here we go. Hope you had a good night's sleep. I hope everybody woke up today. I woke up. I was up I was up late too. Again, you know, you know how I do. Now I gotta get my screen situation going here. Give me 1 second there. But while we're waiting and so forth, I saw what's going on before the billions. How you doing? I know I'm glammed up for Christmas. Tashika, what's going on? Mercedes, JM, what's going on? Merry Christmas. Who cooked today? Sorry for keeping me up late. I was in and out of that everybody last night. I was looking at two streams and commenting on two different streams. So for me, it's all I go and support and listen, and then when I don't feel like talking no more, I just go ahead and go to sleep. I saw Professor Black Ops up late on there. He he must have he must still be asleep because he go to bed at like, oh, he up. Look, he up. Look at me up. Look at that. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Look at him. He up. I'm excited for you. You said, have you ever failed any certification exam, and do you have any tips to recover from cert? Yeah, I failed plenty of certification exams. I'm the queen of failing exams. Go back and try again. It's my best advice. Go back and try again. That is my best advice on that one. Um, how many exams I failed? I get it though. I get it though. You fail an exam and then you're like, oh my goodness, I failed. And then you're like, oh my goodness, what if I fail again? I've met plenty of people who have taken the RHCE exam 7 times. I've met people who've taken CISSP exams 5 or 6 times. No one asked you when you get certified. No one asked you, hey, how many times did you take the exam? This is going to determine whether or not we should hire you. No, they're gonna like, oh, you CISSP certified, or oh, you RHC certified. That's a good defeat. Blah 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 blah. Woo, no one cares. Like they say, what's the difference between a student who who got a degree in, let's say, electrical engineering, that was a student or a C student. Now they took some prep, some AP classes or something like that. Yeah, but if they just passed and they get the same degree as you got, it's just gonna be they got the same degree as you got, right? That comes into play sometimes. Your GPA or whatever may come into play sometimes when you're working with colleges and you're going after big um I say VP or something like that. But then now it starts to get into the conversation of having relationships with people. What does it look like to have a relationship with somebody? Suppose you are a C student, but you got a good relationship and you're business savvy, right? So your personality kicks in, and now you start playing up on your personality. So it depends, right? So don't let that discourage you from going back again to try again. The failure is that you didn't try again. That's the failure, right? And I'm guilty of that. It's stuff I should have went back and took again, but I didn't. I'm guilty of that. I can admit that, and I'm okay with that being um something that I felt. At least I went out there and tried, but not to try again is the failure, because you spent all that time studying, and you spent all that time gathering information and stuff, and putting your foot down, but you don't even know where your failures are until you try, right? So you try, and then you get to that point where you like, oh my goodness, I actually failed it, but I knew more than what I thought I knew. So if you got to pass the exam with um uh with a 80% and you failed it at 65%, you knew 65% of the material. What were you weak at? What's going to be your game plan for uh strengthening up where your weaknesses were at? How are you going to get to that next level of information? What do you don't know, right? So it's just one of those things. You just got to keep going, right? I'm gonna give a shout outs to everybody in here. What's going on, free? P, what's happening? How you doing? Thank you, Mercedes. Um, wow, that shirt is actually a dress. Thank you so much. It's a dress. It's a dress. Um, Jamaro, I think I'm saying that right. Or Jamarlee, sorry. Cohen, happy holidays to you too. Um, I know, right? Speak of the man that he will appear. Yep. Big Bad Bull, what's going on? How you doing? JM. Sale, what's going on? Tashika, see you back. Merry Christmas to everybody. We got a jam-packed show today. I know. It's Christmas. You know. But it's still a jam-packed show. Just some things I saw this week and I was like, you know what? This is gonna be a good topic right here. And something we need to discuss. All right, so let's get going on who we are. If you don't know who we are Women in Linux. You can find us on womeninlinux.org. You can find us across social media at Women in Linux. If you want to connect with us, you can connect with us on social media at Women in Linux, but you also connect with us on Slack. Here you hit the Slack, the connect button drops you to the website. Put in your email address. You will then need the Slack app on your phone, desktop, however you're getting to us. And it will then drop you into our Slack group where we talk about everything. Some people don't like to talk in there. They really post, but then I get hit up on the back channels all the time. And you may be talking on the back channels. It's an easy way to check that. I should post chat messages in terms of like how much traffic we get on the back channels with everybody. Just overall, we do that at my job. Like, I think at one point in time at my job, we were sending 24,000 messages a day. So you can imagine how many people are talking. So, but you don't see them and so forth. So that's just one way. And another one is just so you can see what's going on. But jump in the chat so you can see what we're doing, where we're headed, what things we're posting, things I see, things that we should talk about. I also think we need to do a binary hustler show today. D didn't know that. I thought about it this morning and I was like, we gotta get one more in. For that, D dropped the link so we can get our likes up over there and our subscribers up over there. Binary Hustlers is a whole different animal, totally different than what we're doing over here at Women in Linux. We get to talk freely. Shout out to Derek Watford who was on yesterday. Well, we got into just things support, right? What does it look like to have a black-owned data center? What does it look like to have your own black-owned set of computers, hard drives, memory? What does it look like to build out? Just everything you own from the top up. And I showed black-owned data centers. Also, I know a few people that have a black-owned data centers. In fact, I was working on one. And just overall, what does it look like from top to bottom, right? So let's get back to it. If you want to shop with us, let me get my. Here we go. If we want to shop with us, you can shop with us over at our shop. This is the last couple of days, end of days of the shop. If you hit all products, you'll see all the products that we have for Women in Linux for our 5-year anniversary. I actually transferred some stuff over to one of the pouches yesterday, and I'll be using that for the rest of the year. And then last but not least, you can always donate with your time. You don't have to donate with your money, but if you hit donate, you can donate via PayPal, and you can also donate via your time, right? Nothing more important than sharing your knowledge with others. However you choose to do that. I don't always want to be the voice for you. You are all grown, and I hope you're making wise decisions in life, and we'll go from there, right? So now I need to find my mouse. This is what I don't like. I'm gonna have to unplug some monitors. Hold on, because I can't find my mouse. All right, here we go. Found it. All right, so let's get into it. Make sure I check the comments here. You're welcome. All right, so first things up, I wanted to show this as the spirit of the day, and let me know if you all can hear this. I thought it was funny. Let's keep it loose today. Scrooge was the grumpiest and I need to change because I don't like the actual stuff. From me to you. G in the background. Alright. I just wanted to do that. So we can get going this morning. Merry Christmas. Alright, so let's get cracking. I hope y'all had fun looking at that. It was funny to me. Alright, so let's start out with quantum cloud. All right, so quantum cloud, Virgin. Let me make this a little smaller so I can see it. Virgin Orbit licenses the quantum cloud from Arquit. So remember, I've been talking about this whole quantum thing for quite some time now. We have we have the whole quantum cloud. The VCs are investing more money. You're gonna see more and more of quantum. I just again Virgin Orbit, right, is investing in quantum, right? So Virgin Orbit has licensed the Arquit quantum cloud service for Arquit to protect its launch and space solution businesses. Arquit has contracted exclusively with Virgin Orbit for the launch for launch needs, which might result with from expected new government sales, government contracting. You hear that, right? And the two companies have previously announced a $5 million investment from Virgin to Arquit shares. The Responsive Launch and Space Solutions Company has announced a plan business combination with Next Gen Acquisition, ticker symbol AG NGCA has signed a new launch contract covering two dedicated launches for Arquit Quantum, and we'll look at Arquit Quantum, a global leader, which is in their ticker symbol is ARQQ, a global leader in quantum encryption technology. This is go back to what I was talking about with IBM when we're talking about encryption technology. This is where quantum is coming into play at. And we're going to have more on that coming in the beginning of the year with quantum computing. The two Arquit satellites delivered to Earth orbit by Virgin's Orbit Launcher 1 air launch system will be the core component of Arquit's platform as a service, right? Delivering the root source of randomness to all Arquit data centers. Wonder how many data centers they have, and how many data centers are they expanding to, and what kind of services do they offer, right? And they have their own protocol using Arquit's groundbreaking quantum protocol, ARQ19. Right? That's funny. It's named ARQ19. Let's go look that up. Right here. This came out June 13th of 2021. Arquit's federated quantum system that includes international partners and government agencies. They're only solely focused on government agencies. Quantum Cloud delivers the most effective, efficient, and secure form of encryption to your devices anywhere in the world. Right? And I gotta get my glasses on for this. Know what happens when I put my glasses on. I gotta see. All right. Let's see. The first version of Quantum Cloud launches for the live service to commercial customers in 2021. So this is fairly new, right? So let's go check them out. Let's go check. Let's go check them out. Let's close that. Let's go back over here. I think this link will take us directly there. All right. So now let's go look. They have an investment case, the quantum cloud. They have a presentation here. Um, that was released on December the 16th of 2021. Safe harbor. Problem legacy encryption is obsolete. Quantum threat is profound. Yep. Here's the quantum cloud. B-O-B Alice. I guess it's Bob. That's not no acronym. It's just Bob Alice. But satellite. I guess these are their data centers, right? So let's blow this up some. All right. Quantum has transformational innovation in a satellite quantum protocol and new endpoint software cryptography. In 2023, two quantum satellites were launched to deliver the root source of randomness to data centers in a quantum safe manner using an ARQUIT patent quantum protocol called ARQ19. In our network today, the role of the satellites is emulated in data centers pending launch. So they're saying this, we're starting at the top and pushing all the way down. They both acquire a bootstrap key on the day an arquet patented method. They mutually authenticate with the quantum cloud. The quantum cloud sends a new shared secret down to the endpoints. Remember, I said it's from the top down. So again, you start thinking about, well, what's on the satellite that they're launching. What type of IoT devices are they using, and so forth. And how fast is this getting information down to the endpoints? The devices now create a new shared symmetric key. They use they use that key inside as an AES 256 algorithm to securely share information. The keys are computationally secure, zero trust, unlimited group size, and optionally one-time use. So OTP, uh, unlimited group size, and zero trust. And then they go in to talk about how to go to market, who their market focus is. I don't know why defense is spelled that way. Um, Whatever, telecoms, financial services, and IoT. And then let me expand this a little bit. Financial services, IoT, telecom, and then here they go. Northrop Grumman, I guess Sumitomo, Blue Bear, UK government, Babcock. I don't know what this is. Neon and Dentons. I'm not sure about these, but Verizon and Juniper. So you're probably gonna find these in Juniper and Verizon devices. So these are the telecoms. These are your heavy hitters right here. This right here is a heavy hitter right here, right? And then they go on to their financials, right? And you can find this out on their website. This is all on their website. I didn't do nothing fancy. This was all on their website. All right. So let me go back. Let me see if they got a ticker symbol in here. Let me do a control F and just look for ticker. And D got it on there. VORB. All right. VORB. All right. So that's who they are. Let's while we're there on their website. Um, let's look at careers. See overview, company information, financials. Let me go back here. News, resources, quantum cloud, our team. Here's their team. Shit. Just saying. Advisors, board of directors, not even in the game. This is their stuff on LinkedIn. Let me see if they got jobs somewhere over here on LinkedIn. Okay, they do. They pull them up. So they got a DevOps engineer. Let me see all jobs for them. All right, they have a DevOps engineer. They have an ICT systems engineer, cloud infrastructure, and this all in the UK. And then this one's actually remote. This one is hybrid. Um, we have an OGR. We have a senior QA. Then we have another DevOps system engineer, professional service engineer, information security analyst, software engineer, manager, security risk manager, group financial controller, VP of sales for defense contractor, um, account director, distributed ledger technology. So you already know where they're going with that. Um, when we're talking about quantum and blockchain, right? And they're working with Juniper and they're working with Verizon. Yeah. So you see the jobs. You can see where they got 11 applicants for this one. This was put and it was put up 4 days ago. But they don't. It's this job right here, the cloud and infrastructure solutions architect, has been up for a month and no one has applied. It's been up for a month and is remote and no one has applied. At least not on here. And here's their warrants. They got ARQQW. That's what it is. That's their ticker symbol for ARQQ, but I don't know what it is. It's gonna be in that SPAC. But we're just looking at ARQQ right now. And here's the list of things that you'll be doing. They don't have a pay range on there. But again, zero applicants, professional services, zero applicants. They're not getting good hits on here. Two applicants for DevOps, senior engineer and manager on site in London. Um, I'm looking to see if they helpful but not essential. Experience in SDLC, system integration tests, so forth and so on. Right. I don't want to spend too much more time on this, but go look up this company, Arquit. They are quantum cloud. They also are um, in a merger with Virgin Orbit. Um, they also have remote jobs and look for this as an investment as well too. I would get in early on this. This is not financial advice, but I'm just showing where things are going. Which brings me to another point. I was been meaning to say that this morning. The reason why I do tech stocks and jobs is because it gives you the not only the technical insight to the company, but you should also be looking at it from the perspective of if they're investing in their infrastructure, that means they see the growth or growth is coming. They're preparing for growth. So if you see that, especially somebody like Oracle who's opening up, you know, uh, 20 or 30 or 40 more data centers, what do they see coming down the pipe? What contracts have they are they already prepping for or already have, and they need to be in that region, right? So it's a reason why that growth is already happening, right? So when you see these things, put them on your watch list and just watch those companies. You don't have to invest in them, but most definitely watch them, right? Soapbox in. All right. All right. Next up, I thought you all would find this interesting. It is called Gorilla. That's what I got it named as. Gorilla. All right. Gorilla Technology Group Incorporated, a global provider of edge video analytic AI technology. You see where we're going with this, people? You see where we're going? They're at the edge. So we just got through looking at the satellite and quantum. I can't stress enough how big edge computing and IoT devices, AI, machine learning, and quantum are going to be your next 5 to 10 years. Which just like we're saying, like when I talk to people who've studied quantum and people who really are into software engineering and software development, these things have been around for decades. These aren't new technologies that never hadn't existed. They've been around for decades, but we're just now the computers are just now getting fast enough to handle some of these things that have been around for decades, right? Blockchain is old. It's not new. It's old. It's the same age as Linux, 1991. All right. So Gorilla Technology Group. All right, Gorilla. Let me probably blow that up because it may be a little small for you. Let me look at it here. Maybe a little blurry there. All right, too big for me. I can't see. All right, so let's scroll up. Gorilla leading edge analytics AI solutions are built on over 20 years of patented and proprietary technology that runs across most platform devices and businesses. Like I said, stuff has been around forever. It's not new. Gorilla anticipates a significant increase in smart infrastructure investments in the near future, with much of the spending focused on relieving post-pandemic stresses and facilitating economic recovery. The global edge computing market is expected to see a massive growth in the coming years and is anticipated to reach 250 billion by 2024, exhibiting a compound growth of 12.5% over a forecast period. And that's according to the International Data Corporation. Gorilla is at the forefront of this as its early mover advantage and innovation technology place. The company is a strong position to benefit from potential growth in connected devices. All right. And Gorilla has secured key technology partners from SoftBank Corporation, who invests billions. I think they got their global fund is a trillion global fund. Japan, among others, investors including SBI Group, which out of Japan, Asteria out of Japan, Acer, which is out of Taiwan, and Telstra Ventures, which is out of Australia. The pro forma enterprise value of approximately 708 million USD provides up to 169 million USD in gross proceeds. It is expected to close at the end of Q1 2022. They are Gorilla Technology, I guess Gorilla, that's what you want to call them, a global leader in edge artificial intelligence for security and other applications. The SPAC is GLSPU units, and GLSPU is their warrants. So GLSPU is what we're looking at as a ticker. Again, I would take the leap and invest with them, right? And edge computing, which sits, and we had Brian Lyles on to talk about edge computing. It sits at the intersection of AI, IoT, and big data, seeks to improve business agility by bringing the infrastructure and the applications closer to where the data is generated and consumed, thereby powering the next wave of digital transformation, right? Because we're at the edge. And you have to think about it from the metaverse perspective, if you want to look at it like that, right? Getting information closer to you. Your smartphones um, have do AI in them. They have an algorithm. There's an AI machine learning at the edge. Those are considered smart devices at the edge, right? So something to think about. All right, so let's go look this group up. Gorilla Technology Group with highlights. And we're gonna cut and paste, and we got so much information. Ooh. All right, Gorilla Technology. Let me go back. What did they say? 800? The 800-pound gorilla. All right. No GPU needed. See, nobody's waiting for you and your GPUs. We're moving on. All right. Here's their plans on their IPO. They're talking about it right in here. Uh, and they're showing you where they're at. All right. Vehicle detection. Right. Let's go back. What was that? Intruder. Slow down. Intruder server room. Right. Facial recognition. Right. Direction detection, knowing which direction you're going in, right? So that's that. Here's their investors, right? Merger announcement, investor presentation. Let's go to about us. Let's see if we can find some jobs here. Again, I may have to go to LinkedIn and see if I can find some. Let me see. Because I don't see nothing pulling up on their website on about us, investors, solution, vision AI, mobile vision AI, edge vision AI, OT security, AI SaaS, edge AI video analytics, smart attendance, cybersecurity analytics, and their white papers. Smart intersections, AI screen station, top 10 AI trends for 2021. Digital transformation in C19 world, ensure safe spaces with edge AI. These are their white papers. These are the research that they have done, right? So let's go look in LinkedIn and look up Gorilla, and let's hit um, jobs, and let's go here to enter. Not finding nothing for group Gorilla Technology. Let's see. I'm gonna search again. This is gonna be my last search. Somebody may have to get out there and I spelled careers wrong, but let me get that right. All right, here we go. Nothing. All right, cool. What does it mean to be a gorilla? That can be seen offensive, but okay. Um, back end development, emerging, and then PHP. They got channel alliances, corporate IT. Um, they're in Kiev. Looks like here. Duty units and Linux system administrator, creative technology, enterprise architecture, um, commerce architecture with on Shopify. Wonder what they're doing on Shopify. AEM architecture, insights, marketing technology, a security advisor, solution consultant, remote, project manager. Looks like at one in Denver, which would make sense to me why you would be in Denver, going back to government contracting there. And that's what they had. And that's all they had there. It's hard to find a site. I had to dig, but we got it. But check out the Gorilla Group and what they're doing. See if you like them, right? Put them on a watch list. All right, let's go back to Blackstone. All right, so Blackstone Products, the market leader in outdoor griddles, to become publicly traded through a business combination with, I guess, Acryl, SPAC partners. Blackstone Products, an innovative griddle that is redefining outdoor cooking, led by the founder and chairman of Roger Dahl, has entered into a definitive business combination with Acryl, SPAC, ACKIU, $900 million value. Trying to scroll through here, so we can get to their site. Blackstone Products or Blackstone a company. Let me see. We just have to look up Blackstone Products. Oops. Here we go. And let's see what kind of products they have. Griddle kits. Here's their griddle kits. Here is their griddles that they have right here. That looks like that could be inside. Right. Here's their griddles. Table ready. I guess you could kind of treat this like a hibachi grill. It would be cute sitting outside. Professor Black Ops, you should go ahead and buy us one for our virtual date. All right, so let's go see what they got. Job wise, we'll go down here and scroll down to the bottom. All right, careers. See how easy that was. All right now all they got is a graphics designer, a human resource journalist, a warehouse worker, and a forklift driver. I don't know where HQ is. You probably have to see. Do they tell you what HQ is? Uh, they don't say. They don't say. But that's Blackstone Griddles. Blackstone Products, and then they have griddles. All right, who's ready to fly? Oh, tech bots from San Francisco to Munich. Key players are developing flying taxis. Here we go. The electrical vertical takeoff. We talked about this before. EVTOL is what it is. Part of the Brazilian plane maker in Imbra is planning to go public in a fifth such debut as investors bet on environment friendly urban air travel. Let me see. Do they have more pictures? Yep. Um, don't have any more information there. And then they talk about they agreed with a aircraft considered EV with Zanite SPAC and to list on the New York Stock Exchange. So let's go back and find out about this particular company. Do do do. Let me see. There's a different. There's a couple of them. Let me see. I gave up on Zanite. I think I finally sold them. I think Zanite is done. I mean, I think they went public already. Yeah, I think they went public already. Yeah. See. Yeah. Okay, they're going public with Zanite. Okay. So it's Embarras. So let's go look at them right here. And then let's go hop down here to their website, to their careers. Um, they look like they do planes too. Fleet Smart News, Insights, Web Series, Download, About Us. We have to be creative. Openings at Embarra.hr. Let's view their openings. All right. So they got Davie, Florida. They got logistics, Fort Lauderdale. Senior lean specialist in Fort Lauderdale. Um, Indianapolis customer service, Macon, Georgia, quality assurance auditor. It must have a factory in Macon. Melbourne, Georgia. Georgia, Melbourne, Florida. Aircraft inspector contracts, design team, logistics. Mesa, um, Nashville, and then they got a technical trainer down there and a lead structures. Right, so they got some jobs in the U.S. Probably primarily on the engineer side, like um, logistics operator, right? Logistics analyst, QA, aircraft delivery specialist, right? All right, so let's go here. I'm gonna put labels on these. All right, travel tech firm Monday to go public in a $1 billion SPAC deal. $1 billion SPAC deal, right? That was flying taxis. They actually did one um in from here from Tampa to Orlando. So they got flying taxis there. So travel tech firm Monday, right? U.S. Travel software maker Monday Inc. said on Monday it will go public in a merger with a blank check with ITHX or IT Hacks Acquisition Corporation and a deal valuing combined entity of 1 billion. Right? I reached my limit there. I can't go any further there on that one, but that's okay because I'm sure Monday has on their site about them going public, and we can read there. All right, the future of travel. All right, so modernizing and disrupting travel throughout the technology-led growth strategies and scalable travel marketplace powered by the next gen platforms and products that connect global travel suppliers with market leading network of leisure agencies, gig economy travel workers, corporations, and closed user groups. So Rocket Trip, Trip Pro, Trip Planet, Unplug. Here's their here's what they're looking at for suppliers. Here's the platforms, and here's the customers. 50,000 travel agents, gig economy travel workers, associations, club groups, subscription members, and then their products that they have, right? So let's go check out some of their stuff. Let's go check out their jobs. These are platforms that they have, right? But let's go check out jobs. Let's see about. Of course not. It's never that easy for me this morning. Agents from traditional travel agents and concerns, as well as big gig economy workers, use Monday platforms to access travel content, services, and products through an easy to use technology platforms for Trip Pro. Um, all right, you're not liking me. Here's their leadership. Jesus. Um, let's go to Monday and careers. See, does it show up? Here we go. All right, Rocket Trip, email and SEM specialist, and Monday they got a content manager. What does a content manager do? I don't know. A well qualified content manager as an addition to a corporate marketing team. Content manager is responsible for creating, improving, and maintaining content with a goal of achieving business goals. Duties will include raising brand awareness by sharing content and monitoring web traffic and metrics with the interest of maintaining best practices. And here they go. They have what you're looking at, right? Some people may be work like to work on brand awareness and keeping the brand up. And how does it appeal to people in the gig economy? How are they in the economy? How are they using it and so forth? So that would be something I would be looking at. I don't know if I would make an investment in. It doesn't excite me. I get it, but it don't excite me. All right. So here, jump down to the end here. Then we're gonna have to start flying. All right. So before, and I thought this was cool. Let's scroll up on this whenever it decides to catch up. I wanted to highlight this article. Meet the black women taking over the world of venture capital by storm, raking in more than $1 million in funding for their companies this year. It was 93 women have raised $1 million for more than or more in venture capital funds. And the reason why I wanted to highlight this because I want to put some things into perspective, right? Um, we have I showed you not too long ago, and let me blow it up because that looks blurry. I showed you not too long ago a job that was paying $700,000, possibly to start up to $1 million to start. And we're talking meet black women taking the world of venture capital by storm, raking in more than $1 million in funding, right? So we get, it's equivalent to a job at this point, right? To raise funding, right? All right, Black and Latino founders receive 0.43, excuse me, percent of not even 1%, not even half a percent, but 0.43% of $166 billion in venture capital funding of 2020. Um, Insider is compiling a list of black female founders who raised $1 million or more in VC funding in 2021. I'm not going to go through this whole thing. You can read the Project Diane. I've read it both years. Um, I know about Project Diane. But okay, here we go. For examples, Rihanna Savage Fenty, announced its February $115 million Series B, and I guess Toyin AJ's City Block Health, whose co-founders include Iya, Rome, and Bay Gross, raised 400 million in a Series D in September, right? And they go on with this list and decompose this list. I don't want to go down everybody, right? But let me back out here so you can see the people. I think you can see the headline here. Back out one more time. All right. You can see the headline Savage, Praxis Labs, Resilia, um, all here and so forth, right? And partake. But there's 93, and they're not going to go through all 93. I just want you to have that awareness of what's out there and what you could possibly be doing, right? You could be raising money for a fund and so forth, or creating an idea for an app or whatnot. All right, Business Insider. Amazon wants to create a network of cameras that recognize people deemed suspicious. Here are the patents that could make it possible that would be sitting on random locations. I showed you where they want to turn your houses into 5G. So here we go, cameras 5G. You see where this is going. Ring is a home surveillance camera company that was acquired in 2018. More than a dozen Amazon patents for doorbell cameras describe use biometric identification. Some patents describe custom alerts, notifications, and system responses based on who's at the door, right? And they gotta go into this the neighborhood mode alert mode, and they go into media process and demonstrate how images undergo facial and object recognition. There's a plane flying over, right? Planes, I should say. Um, Here is a face is identified in a video frame, and then they're selected for notification. All right, and then they go into like your boxes and so forth, and A little bit more about the patents and the zones and so forth. But D can drop this link so you all can get into it. With Amazon, this question is: would you invest in Amazon? The answer is yes. What is the return over time? You know, for Amazon is depending on how long you plan on staying invested in Amazon. Is the answer there? Let me make sure I'm on the right page. Close that one out because I'll keep pulling that up. All right, so let's go here and drop a one in the comments if you like what you hear. Drop a two if you don't like it. All right, property values in the metaverse are surging. A landlord owns land in Decentraland, and the sandbox explains how to pick a location. The shares the top seven metaverses to consider for the best appreciation value. And Logan Wellbaum bought his first digital property in Decentralized and his second in the sandbox. He says he picked both spots near high traffic areas so their values can appreciate. He named seven top metaverses to consider and discuss their lands may become more valuable. Get the inside scoop, right? How to pick digital land. Let me see if up here he's discussing this. No. I think this is how to pick. I'm looking for the seven that he chose. I'm assuming what I'm seeing highlighted is what he chose. Yep. So through here, let me see. One of them is Sonium Space. The platform is built Ethereum blockchain and emphasizes virtual reality. There's also Axie Infinity, Miranda's. I'm only picking stuff that's in black here. Star Atlas, Ilium. His two favorites are Decentraland, and the Sandbox. And you all can go through this article and read this article if you would like. I'm only highlighting and pulling things out, so you can do your own due diligence. But at least you are aware. What's on Three Pistols? Yep, mass surveillance. Facebook reputation is so bad. The company must even pay even more now to hire and retain talent. Some are calling it a brand tax, as tech workers fear a black mark on their careers for having Facebook on their name, on their resume. Group directors and VPs. Group directors or VPs are getting 3 to 6 million stock grants, one tech recruiter said, right? So let's get down here and look at some numbers. All right. Facebook projected expenses could jump as high as 97 billion from 70 billion this year, in large part because of investments in technical and product talent. Facebook is debatable as the company has more than 4,300 open positions and has seen a decreasing rates of acceptance on job offers. It's seen it's also seen dozens of high level executives leave this year, and recruiters say employees are now more open to consider jobs elsewhere. Facebook used to be the place people rarely left given its reach, pay, and perks. Right? Let's see if they get into some numbers here. During the second quarter of 2021, the median compensation for upper mid level engineer, E5, was 400,000, up from 380,000 a year earlier. For a E4, the median was 276,000 from a 256,000 in the same period. You can hit the again levels.fyi. We talked about that. E5 engineer at Facebook was 450,000. We recently had a client get up to 510,000 on a salary. Facebook staff are getting 3 million to 6 million in restricted stock units. Another tech recruiter said directors and managers are getting an average of $1 million a year. In engineering, a high-level engineer is getting 600,000 in stocks, plus a 75,000 sign-on bonus, while an entry-level engineer is getting 50 to 100,000 in stock with a 20 to $50,000 sign-on bonus. Right? Even compared to Google's, Facebook stock awards are generous and increasing, while the base pay is about the same. Facebook offers more stock grants, significantly increasing total compensation. At Google, an entry level equity awards ranges from 20 to 38, while Facebook grants a worth of 40,000 to 60,000. Sign-on bonuses at Facebook are often about 50,000, whereas Google is about 20. All right. Um, and they go on more into that. We see the numbers there. I won't keep going into it. But again, if you, I'm trying to get the recruiter to come on from Meta. Um, he's been reaching out to me for a job as a production engineer. So those jobs are out there. You can always, like I say, you can go to levels, FYI. Um, we can then look at Facebook, and you can look at these numbers here. Base 124, 167, 199, stock 162, bonus 35. Um, but you can see now, I got to sign in. I forget what my sign in is. But again, you got the different levels. So E7, a salary of 267, a stock uh, year bonus at an E7, 560,000, and then a sign-on bonus of roughly about 76,000, which brings your total comp to 905,000. I think you'd be all right with this. All right. So just throwing these out, what's out there. All right. Okay. Did we do facial recognition? I did. Oh, how to pick a property. I did that. And we did the flying taxes. And then we're gonna close out with a bang. Want to conduct more meaningful performance reviews? Try Johnson and Johnson strategy of frequent conversations. Right. Somebody laughed at me when I talked about if the CEO opens up his calendar to you, get on his calendar and talk to him. If your manager opens up their calendar to you, get on there and talk to him. You can take your ideas to the CEO. You can take your ideas to the manager. I mean, it, we're at a we're talking about when we're talking about business. We're talking about business and growth. Get your slides ready. Get whatever it is you're gonna get ready. Picture stuff. However we're gonna do it and grow. Right. All right. Michael Earhart is the global head of talent and management at Johnson Johnson. He said the company is giving employees more frequent feedback on their job performance. Employees should expect 4 to 5 conversations a year around their career growth, and that's what happens. That's what I'm saying. You're working, right? You're spending at least 8 to 10 hours of your day at work, right? It's only 24. You sleep 8, you know, supposedly, and the rest you could probably commuting, right? So let's just say you were commuting, right? When we're not commuting now, but let's say before you work, right? You were having 12-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days, right? And so again, they're just talking about how to communicate, how frequently you should be communicating, and so forth. People want coaching on how they're doing and where they can get better at, right? And that's why I said it's all about performance. All this we need to be friends and all that, man, you gotta perform. Don't be my friend if you can't perform. Don't be my friend if you can't perform, right? That's just what it boils down to. All right, so let's get going here. Um, this is the big one. Y'all ready for some option calls? I looked at this list this morning. I picked out. I like the top three. What's going on, Linda D? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? All right. Goldman Sachs shares 40 stock trades to make with an average um, upside potential of 45% in 2022. And now we're going to look for Vanguard and everybody else to have some similar list. But let's get into this list of what they're talking about. Option calls. Don't be my friend if you can't perform. I was like, yeah, man, like it's cool, but you gotta come work to work. All right, Goldman Sachs analysts identified 40 stocks with an average 45% upside over the next year using call options. Call options. Do, 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 do. And these are for a year out. All right. The same stocks have an average 197 cent 97 cents 97% 197% potential return on premium, right? The analysts focused on fresh stocks in the consumer, industrial, healthcare, and tech sectors. Who do you think is leading the way? Who do you think is number one? Drop in the comments if you know who what number one is. Drop in the comments if you know what number one is. I know what number one is. I want to see if you know what number one is. And we do have giveaways today. It's Christmas. We gave away yesterday. We got to get that out. But it's Christmas. Got 10 seconds. 5 seconds. I don't see nobody. I'm not seeing any answers. No guesses. All right. Walmart is the number one. All right. So let's drop down here. All right. This is how it's set up. Walmart is number one. Their stock closed at it's Walmart, one Amazon. Walmart's number one. Their stock closed at 139.5 or $139 and 58 cents. Walmart tickers WMT. The target price they're predicting for next year is $200 or 201, upside of 44%, and the option call is $11.94. So that little thing always falling out. I don't have my phone up here. Let me log in. Let me log into my Schwab. All right. I don't know how much money I have. Oh, wrong thing. Oh, here. I don't know how much in here. I know how much in there, but I mean, I don't know how much I got to play with. And let me log in. And we're going to see what we see. Oops. We don't like that password. I don't like that one either. Why you don't like these passwords? Just log in. Why we got to do all of this? Why are we having such a hard time today? I never have a hard time with this. Oh, there we go. Maybe I always typed it. I tell you, they're always trying to give me a hard time. All right. I had to look at my account. At least I'm recovering in my account. You know, we've been down a lot. All right. Summary. Let's go to trade. And let's go to stocks. Oh, I should be going options. Let me see if I can find options on here. Um, I'm in my Schwab account. Let's look and see what they got in here. Here we go. Options, trading. Oh yeah, I thought I did that already. Oh, I need to change accounts. That's what it is. Let me change accounts. Positions, summary. All right, let's go into this account. All right, so they got an option price of $11.94. Usually on a call, because you can have a naked call or a covered call. But the minimum you gotta have, if you're doing a naked call, somebody can call you out on that at $139, right? But you have if you're gonna do a covered call, meaning you need to have 100 shares of Walmart in order to have a covered call, meaning if somebody pulls your card, you can you can then give over those 100 shares in exchange for some funds. But the return on the premium is 414%. 414%. Right? The next one is Foot Locker. Again, you're gonna need a minimum of 100. Naked calls versus covered calls. Naked meaning you don't have 100 shares. Covered meaning you have 100 shares. Right? And then they get a ticker symbol, but the return they're expecting is 356%. And this is for a year out. And I'll scroll back up so we can read it. And then Eastman is the other one. It's a chemical company, and they got an expected return of 316%. All right, so let's scroll back up to talk about what they're saying here, right here. And I'm going to blow this up. The team of analysts led by John Marshall, head of derivatives research, and Vishal Vivek, equity derivative strategist, uh, identified 40 stocks where a 12-month call option could more than double in 2022 if the stocks trade up to Goldman Sachs target prices in a note published in December 22nd. Right? It's a 12-month call, so you got time to just sit there and just let it go. Our past analysis has shown Goldman Sachs ratings alone have been a statistically significant driver of alpha. Do you know what alpha is? So there's alpha, um, theta, and gamma. So we're gonna do alpha right here. Not seeking alpha. Let's go alpha and then let's look up stocks. Here we go. Probably Investopedia probably come up on that. Alpha is a term in investing to describe an investment strategy to beat the market or its edge. Alpha is thus often referred to excess return or abnormal return, which refers to the idea that the markets are efficient and so there is no need why to systematically earn returns that exceed the broad markets as a whole. Alpha is best used in conjunction with beta. I have a book over there. I'll show it on the next show about it because I wanted to do a deeper dive on this one. The Greek letter beta, which measures the broad market overall volatility or risk known as the symmetric market risk. Alpha is used in finance as a measure of performance, indicating when a strategy, trader, or portfolio manager has managed to beat the market over some period. Alpha, often considered the active return on investment, gauges the performance of an investment against the market index or benchmark. So, some people, when they're trading, they'll use alpha, they'll use beta, and so forth to see how the market is. So, Alpha, again, takeaways. Alpha refers to excess returns earned on an investment above the benchmark return. Active portfolios seek to generate alpha in a diversified portfolio with diversification intended to eliminate unsystematic risk. Because alpha represents the performance of the portfolio relative to the benchmark, is often considered to represent that the value that a portfolio manager adds to or subtracts from. And Jensen's alpha takes into consideration the capital assets pricing model, and includes a risk adjusted for component in its calculation. And we should get more into this when we're talking about it. I got a book over there. I should probably need to do this on binary hustlers, so we can do a deeper dive on it. The book, and talk more about alpha, why, and so forth. But back to these covered calls, or I should say calls, because I don't know if you're going to do a naked call or if you're going to do an option call. But with that being said, you could do this on Webull, you can do this on Fidelity, you can do this on Schwab, you can do it on Robinhood, whatever the case may be, right? But these are the top three. There are other companies in here. And when they talk about, again, you want to look at what the target is, right? This is what the last price is. Here's what the target they're predicting for this. But go back and do like I've been doing. Where they're predicting that from, right? Is there going to be an increase of an influx of job creation, an influx of support? Are they going after contracts? What does that case look like? So those are the things that we should be looking at when we're looking at this investment as well too, and keep them on the watch, right? You can keep them on a watch. You don't have to do the call for a year. You could do 2 week or 1 week or whatever. But again, when we're talking about these kind of returns of 302% on a return, and you got 100 shares in them, you know, and you come out a year, and some people do leaps, right? Um, if you ever looked at leap options, this is not financial advice. Uh, but I just, excuse me, wanted you to know that some people do leaps. Leap, a long-term participation security, or a fancy name for a stock option maturity of more than 1 year. A leap gives its owner the right to exercise the option to buy or sell 100 shares of the stock set at the price for the given time. So you get in now while it's low, and do a leap call or option call on it. And it says the leap actually are ideal for the right type of conservative investor. So if you want to sit this thing out and ride it out for a year, it'll be your choice. Find find your threshold of what you're willing to play with, your money that you're willing to play with for a year, right? Do that now, and then do a call out later. Like doing something like that on Tesla, where Tesla is sitting at, it closed at $1,000 a share, over $1,000 a share, and you got to buy 100 of those. You probably won't do that, right? It's a big risk. But a company that where was it at? Where did it go? Um, but a company that's got a low cost of $31, and you're doing 1,000 in that, you may be okay with that, right? So you got to find what your price point is, and multiply that by 100, and that's what you're gonna be doing for in your leaps, right? So that's not all I have. That list is a lot longer, but I wanted you to you know understand that, right? And then there's also a way to calculate alpha. Like I say, we will have to do another show on this, where we're talking about how to calculate alpha, what we're looking for, what we're monitoring. I am going to probably do a option call. Some people do leaps out for 2 years. Like if you got some money, and this is where your sign-on bonus comes into play. When you getting those $50,000 to $100,000 sign-on bonus, You go play an option call and double that money out with with that option call, right? So you may take $5,000 off of, a 75,000 sign on bonus. Remember, you're gonna get taxed on that, so it's probably gonna be around more like 50,000 or something like that. But take 5,000 of it and go play an option call for a year, based upon some market trends. Do your research and then go from there. But that's what I would do, if I got a sign on bonus like that, right? And Merry Christmas to everyone. Yep, Walmart was heavily recruiting. Yep, they still are. Walmart Labs, if you're not familiar, is their um is their IT side, right? Their Walmart Labs. Here's their page. Um, Here's what the merchant technology, the whole nine, right? You can go and check out see technology, cybersecurity, data science, information technology, just view all technology, and then see all positions, and then here you go. And you can just easily probably type in a word like Linux or cloud to do some filtering. Cybersecurity in New York, operating systems engineer, Hadoop platform. They're big on OpenShift, and I think they're big on Puppet. They might have moved out Puppet, but I don't think so. Staff systems engineer, and so forth. So check out Walmart Labs, when you're looking. They got all full time, all salary. They don't have no part time. Right. All right. So that was all I had for today for this show. Um, Again, option calls. Check it out. We'll go. I'll probably bring my book on to the Binary Hustle show or the second show. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you are enjoying your day. I hope that you all are prosperous, for 2022. Hope you were prosperous for this year. The year's not over. You still have, you know, whatever you're gonna do in 2022. You should go ahead and start now. And get cracking. All right. Catch you on at 2 o'clock.